Chris.
Connor Cruz.
Elena.
Will Creedon.
Jake. Chris. Jonathan.
Malcolm.
Maya. Lexi.
I'm Chris.
James.
And what year are you? A senior.
Senior.
I'm a senior. Senior. I'm senior.
I'm a freshman.
Sophomore. Freshman.
And what's your major? Nutrition and biology.
Communications.
Political science. Nursing. Communication studies.
Not biology, business.
Political science. Business. Mechanical engineering.
Free business, hoping to go into accounting.
Engineering.
And how would you define cultural heritage? I think it kind of depends. I'm actually representing UNESCO for Model United Nations, so I know a little bit about it, but basically you can think of it in different ways. It could be language, it could be art, it could be... I kind of think of the tangible things, so yeah, like language or music. And heritage is the idea that you're kind of preserving that, whether you're passing it down through generations and that kind of thing. I know that's super broad.
Probably like knowing about your past, I know where you're from, whatnot.
Yeah, partly about what he said, and holding on to your past heritage that has been passed down to you, and like continuing that that pattern that has went on in the past, and learning more about it, and just continuation of things.
In America, it's a little bit different because we have our ethnic heritage and then we have our American heritage. So I mean, I guess you could see it as a combination of both. Like I'm Polish, but I'm also American. So
Cultural heritage would be something that's unique to everybody because not only do you have your own culture, you have your parents' culture, you have your neighborhood's culture, you have whatever belief system that you grew up in, or you could be a mix of those depending on what lineage that you draw from. So it's a hard question to answer since everybody's culture is so unique.
It's most likely what a lot of people would say is just, oh, it's your background, your parents and all that. But I say cultural heritage is more of how you identify with yourself and wherever you decide to go along in life and saying, oh, I'm a this, I'm a that. So that's cultural heritage to me, whatever you decide to study.
I guess it would be more. I guess like you said, kind of like what do you identify with, like what you're gonna say like you have when people ask, hey, what are you?
What do you think is a symbol of U.S. heritage?
I don't know. I guess like different leaders that we've had, or like, yeah, I don't know.
What do you think is a symbol of U.S. heritage?
Like the flag, the Constitution, freedom.
A symbol of U.S. heritage would be probably the American flag because it's like one of the oldest icons in American history, and naturally it's still here. So.
Our diversity would be a symbol. I couldn't really say that there's a set symbol because one of the things that we're founded on is supposed to be our diversity. So I couldn't say that it's one symbol because we're such an eclectic nation.
U.S. heritage. Is that a holiday?
Spirit.
Is that a spirit?
I'm gonna say spirit because everybody that is American is always gonna look like they're proud of it.
Time improvement.
So how would you guys feel if those were destroyed? So if the flag was destroyed?
Well, like the flag, for sure. I mean, that's just so symbolic, but we could come up with a new symbol. But I mean, like the historical, like, I think when something like, is preserved for so long, I think it's more sad, like, the fact that it died, like, the actual, like, death of, like, an idea or, like, an event of something is more, like, the sad part than the actual, like, the fact that, like, the flag was there, you know what I mean?
And how would you feel if it was destroyed?
If it was destroyed, I'd be kind of mad. If it was, if say it was something like that no one could control, not really. But if someone went over and just like burned an American flag, that probably kind of pissed me off.
I feel very good about that. Especially, I mean, if we think of 9/11 with the World Trade Center and everything, I mean, I think that obviously impacted us because so many people died, but also those two buildings were like iconic for New York and for the United States. So
Obviously, it would suck if it was destroyed.
I mean, I'd probably be mad. Yeah, I'd probably be upset because it's my culture. It's who I am.
I feel like it's like losing a part of me.
know what ISIS is?
Yes.
Yes.
The Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, or ISIL.
ISIS?
Yeah.
ISIS is a terrorist. Syria and Iraq right now perpetuating these terrorist attacks.
Yeah, ISIS is a terrorist organization based in the Middle East. It branched off from Al Qaeda, I believe.
Islamic State, Syria.
We should know who that is.
ISIS, yes, terrorist organization based out of the Middle East.
I don't know.
Or do you know
I
what
know, like, of
the
it.
group
Yeah.
is?
Like the
Okay,
group.
go ahead.
Islamic State.
Do you know what the group does? Can you
Like
explain it to
terrorist,
us?
like we're just explaining what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
What kind of group is it?
terrorist group, or I guess not a terrorist group, like a organization.
They recruit. Like,
I don't want to say they're just necessarily terrorists, but like for like the Islamic kind of plan and jihad and stuff.
recruiting teenagers and such.
And do you know where Palmyra is located?
Yeah, I think so.
Where?
Not in America. Is it Middle East?
I'm guessing the Middle East, but I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay.
We do not.
Palmyra, not off the top of my head.
Palmyra, honestly, could not tell you.
Palmyra? I have no idea who that is.
What's it located?
Yeah, it's a city.
Oh, it's a city? Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
what it is.
I would guess Syria.
You're right. You're the first person who's gotten it right.
And did you hear about ISIS destroying Palmyra?
Yes.
Where did you hear it from?
Today's show.
No.
I did not.
I also did not.
No, I did not. But
I did briefly. I think it was on Facebook. I honestly don't know too much about it.
I heard about that. I didn't know the city was named.
And where did you guys hear about it from? Like Facebook or news
I think it was on like John Oliver, like that shit. I was watching
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Online.
Online.
Yeah, online newspaper.
Actually, yes. I don't know where it is. I read about it. I didn't read the whole thing because it makes me sad. So I did read